Shout out to this fan for coming up with the idea to this video. If you have any cool ideas for a future video, let me know in the comments below. I may just give you a shout out.
3, 2, 1.
What's up, Net Soldiers? I'm the Net Alliance, and today we're asked the question, what if Obi-Wan Kenobi and Satine had a child? But before we begin, if you're a subscriber of mine and you feel like being awesome, make sure to join the notification squad by clicking the little bell button beneath this video. It'll turn on notifications, so every time I upload a new video, you get your video first, which is a good thing, because I answer every comment within the first 60 minutes of this video being posted. So, good luck. But, without further ado, let's begin. Obi-Wan Kenobi meditated in his hut on Tatooine. He had seen much over his years. He had fought in the Clone Wars, he watched the Jedi Order fall, and he had watched his former pupil turn to the dark side. But with all of Obi-Wan Kenobi's hardships, one moment had picked at him for a very long time. It was the moment he watched Duchess Satine, the only woman he ever loved, be slain by his arch rival, the Dark Force user known as Maul. But although he had watched her die with his own eyes, he always felt like there was something missing, like he could still feel her presence somewhere in the physical world. While Kenobi meditated, he could hear a voice speak to him through the Force. Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan could recognize the voice anywhere. It was Qui-Gon. For you see, throughout the years, Kenobi and his old master would speak through the Force, an ability only a handful of Jedi could ever accomplish.
I have discovered something through the Force, Obi-Wan,
Qui-Gon said. Kenobi was confused.
What do you mean, Master? You have told me before about the Duchess Satine and the connection you still feel with her.
Qui-Gon said.
I have discovered your feelings are true. Only, it isn't just Satine's spirit you feel. It is yours as well. My spirit,
Kenobi said with surprise, trying to wrap his mind around Qui-Gon's words.
What do you mean, Master? You have a child, Obi-Wan. Go to Cronus and find this child.
Obi-Wan was surprised to hear this, for he never knew Satine was pregnant.
But who is he? How do I find him? Use the Force, my old friend. Follow it, and it shall guide you.
Kenobi was hesitant to leave. Not that he really wanted to stay on Tatooine, but he'd been on Tatooine for so long, and he's been so accustomed to what it is. Plus, he wanted to be able to protect Luke from anything. I mean, sure, sand was coarse and rough, and it got everywhere. But so was the dark side, and it seemed the only true safe haven in the galaxy from the dark side was Tatooine. But to Kenobi, he had a son out there, and he was going to find him. Kenobi got his ship to take him to Cronus, and the ship landed on the snowy planet. Right away, he was met by Mandalorians. He told them he was looking for his son, and the warriors brought them to their leader. Obi-Wan was led into a throne room where he could detect his child. On the throne was Sabine Wren, and beside her was her brother, Tristan. After a brief discussion, Sabine introduces Tristan and herself, and asks Kenobi why he was there. Obi-Wan explained that he came to meet his son, and looked towards Tristan. Your son? Tristan questioned.
Yes, Obi-Wan said. The Force is telling me my son is in this room. I believe that's you.
No, Tristan said, offended. That's impossible. My mother would have told me that. Obi-Wan was confused.
How could you speak to her? Satine died years ago.
Satine? Duchess Satine? Tristan questioned. She died when I was very young, but she's not my mother. Obi-Wan became even more confused. He felt for sure Tristan was his son. Obi-Wan Kenobi, a voice said from a nearby doorway. The Jedi turned to face the owner of the voice. It was Ursa Wren. I knew that one day you would come for your child.
Then Tristan is my son,
Kenobi said, looking to Ursa. No, Jedi, she said, walking towards Sabine and Tristan. She explained that many years ago, Satine had gotten pregnant and kept her pregnancy secret. Not just from Kenobi, but from everyone. Everyone except her best friend, Ursa Wren. When Satine had the child, she knew that the others wouldn't understand. How was she to control Mandalore and raise a child? So, she had to decide between Mandalore and her baby. And she decided to choose Mandalore. Ursa went on to explain that Satine didn't want to let her child go, but she had to, for the good of all of Mandalore. Obi-Wan understood.
But our child? Who is our son?
Ursa looked at the Jedi. You don't have a son, Kenobi. You have a daughter. Obi-Wan was shocked by the realization, thinking back to his chat with Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon never stated whether the child was a boy or a girl, but now, it was all clear. Obi-Wan switched his gaze from Tristan to Ursa.
Who is my daughter?
Ursa looked towards the throne and smiled. She is your daughter. Obi-Wan looked towards the throne. He couldn't believe what he was hearing, but the Force was telling him the truth. The Force was leading him to this planet and in this room, but it wasn't Tristan he was looking for. It was Sabine Wren. So there you go, Obi-Wan Kenobi is the father of Sabine Wren. And yes, I understand that this theory is a little far-fetched, but it's still pretty fun. I get there's like 2 years that are kind of missing in between there, between like Sabine actually being born and Satine's death, but I mean, it could be a thing. Who knows? It might be a thing soon in Rebels. They might change some stuff around, but I think it's an interesting idea. I mean, think about it. Sabine, Satine, they're only 1 letter difference, so it could be real, but probably not. But what do you guys think about this idea? Do you want a part 2 on this? Do you want to see what would happen after this? What would Obi-Wan do? What would Sabine do? Would Sabine be happy that she met her actual father? Would she be mad at Ursa for, you know, keeping the secret from her for a very long time? Let me know what you think would happen next in the comments below. Please remember to like and subscribe for more videos. And until next time, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.